Am I the asshole? Tell my mom I don't want her to watch her grandson alone anymore. IF 23 and my husband M 24 welcomed our baby M in September of last year. We moved from his hometown to mine in January in hopes of saving up to buy a house. We moved in with my mom, something she very enthusiastically agreed to. Throughout our few months, she's been a little weird. She's constantly checking to see if he has teeth, pushing for us to stop feeding him milk, tries to give him really complicated food like candy yams. Her defense is I did with you and you survived. Most recently, she was holding him and playfully asked him if he wanted water, in which I responded, "Do not give him water, Mom." She proceeds to give it him and goes, "See, he's fine. He isn't dead." I immediately took my child from her and informed her that she will no longer be watching the baby alone since she is constantly overstepping my boundaries and doing everything I ask her to not do. She isn't talking to me now and told me I made her feel like a bad parent and grandparent. Am I the asshole? Is there something I should be doing to make her talk to me? Edit: I pay half the mortgage, utilities, buy my own food to cook with. I don't rely on her for childcare. Just want to clear that up since I'm seeing a few comments about it. Update: whoa, I did not realize how divided the internet was on parenting. And I'm seeing this on blogs? That's insane to me as I'm from a pretty small town. First off, obviously info is a somewhat off and every aspect of my situation isn't posted here, so advice is being taken with a grain of salt. Secondly, everyone had fair points, some had good advice, others had perspectives I never thought about. With that being said, Mom and I had a conversation last night. She started off defensive, telling me I was showing her that her tricks and advice wasn't right. I showed her some articles and voiced my concerns. I let her know that I'm not telling her she did a bad job raising us, but times and rules changed. Someone pointed out that car seats weren't big back then and now it's the law to have your child in one. After a 30-minute conversation, we got to the root of the problem. She feels like she did a bad job raising her kids. I assured her she didn't and that I respect and appreciate everything she was able to do for us growing up. But it's my turn to raise the child and her turn to relax and enjoy the perks of having grown children and grandkids now. So all is well. She knows I wasn't mad about the water, just that it felt like she did it to prove a point. SN: I love my mom and I would never just jump to banning her from enjoying her first grandson. She's my world after my husband and son and, once again, I love her dearly. Not the asshole. I did with you and you survived. See, he's fine. He isn't dead. This is an incredibly low standard for her to be proud of maintaining. Not the asshole. But she will not stop doing these things and it will be difficult to avoid them while you still live with her. Not the asshole. Your child, your rules, decisions. Full stop. Unless your mother believes you are doing something that is actively harming your baby, she should step all the way back and respect how you want to raise your son. Offering you a place to stay should have zero bearing on whether or not she follows the guidelines you set up for caring for your child. The giving him water incident is crazy boundary overstepping and a direct power play. You did the right thing. You're a mother now and you are responsible for your son, not for mother. You clearly need to move out ASAP. It may take longer to save to buy a house, but this is not a sustainable solution. She will go behind your back and do whatever she wants with your baby if you stay. If she comes to you truly penitent at some point, you might consider letting her see your baby, but I would hesitate myself to leave him alone with her. Most recently, she was holding him and playfully asked him if he wanted water, in which I responded, "Do not give him water, Mom." She proceeds to give it him and goes, "See, he's fine. He isn't dead." She isn't talking to me now and told me I made her feel like a bad parent and grandparent. Oh, but she is a bad parent and grandparent for treating you this way. But she doesn't have to be. She can take her proper place as a grandparent, which is to do what you ask her regarding the baby. She is not the baby's parent. And nowadays we have higher standards than the baby survives. Not the asshole. It's called survivor bias when you say stuff like, "Well, we did it and we're fine." But all that aside, whether it's fine or not is not her place to call. You're the parent. You set the rules. If she can't abide by your boundaries, then she doesn't get babysitting privileges. It's that simple. It doesn't mean she's necessarily a bad parent or grandparent, but it does mean she needs to understand her place. Not the asshole. Your baby, your rules. The "I did it with you and you survived" defense is bullshit. Women used to be prescribed cigarettes while pregnant to induce labor and keep a low birth weight. Just because a lot of babies survive doesn't make it okay. Your mom has no respect for your boundaries despite being repeatedly told. She's not the mom anymore. She's grandma, and grandma has to defer to mom's judgment. Not the asshole. I'm 52 and I know better than to do these things. It hasn't changed that much. But that isn't even the point. It's her directly, to your face, showing you she is boss of you and this baby because you live there. Stop her in her tracks. Not the asshole. It's not about "I did it with you", it's the "I literally just told you not to do something with my kid yet you still do it". Does she not care that you are his mother, not her? Not the asshole. She's just emotionally immature and placed you in a role of daughter still instead of seeing you for the grown woman and mother you are now. You're validated and worrying about your baby being internally drowned in a water to nutrients ratio. That is a thing. Babies can have too much water via water intoxication. It is dangerous. I think it would be better to leave. As long as you're under her roof, she will see you as her daughter and not a grown woman because she's emotionally immature and has her own growing to do through her emotional wounds. How do I know this? She got defensive and turned herself into the victim when your baby could have been hurt. Get out. Not the asshole. As a grandparent of 7, I'm telling you your mother's behavior is not normal. I have many friends who are also grandparents and I do not know one of them who would have breached the boundaries that their kids had set. Your mom has very bad judgment. Don't ever leave her alone with your child. I hope you have plans for getting out of your mom's house soon. Not the asshole. You should look for the Reddit post about the mother-in-law who decided that coconut oil on a baby's head who is allergic to coconut is fine. The baby died. Not only did mother-in-law put coconut oil on the baby's head, she also gave the baby a Benadryl so it would sleep through all the pain. She killed this lady-ass baby because she thought she knew what was best, because she put coconut oil on her kids' heads. "I didn't kill you when you were a child" is an insanely weird thing to be proud of. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's time to move out, unfortunately. That's alarming that you told her not to, and she's like testing you like a small child and doing it anyway. We'd be out of there. Not the asshole. I would move out. No wonder she was excited for you to move in with her. She enjoys being controlling.